even to this day, looking back at their baby pictures, sometimes I don't know who is who. So when they come to me and Emmanuel and be like, so who is that? We're gonna be like, it's one of y'all. It's one of y'all, and that's what matters. Hey guys, it's All That Jazz. Welcome back to my channel. We're on the road to 1K, so go ahead and join today by clicking that red subscribe button. Today I'm bringing you a new video. It's been a hot minute, because as you've seen, we have been traveling. We didn't travel 5 countries, but that's not important. We traveled, and that's a lot in itself, to come home, clean, and get back to regular schedule. But we are back with more videos. So today I'm going to do a video that's like frequently asked questions that I get about my twins or our twins when we're out with them or we're going places, or people meet them or see them and see us with them and they're like, so what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? The number one question that I always get is from the beginning, which is, what was the reaction when we first found out that we're having twins? First of all, I found out I was pregnant at like between 6 to 8 weeks. And then like, I want to say like between 12 and 15 weeks is when I found out that I was having twins. Well, we were having twins. So we went to the doctor just like for that second appointment after you find out you're pregnant. So we were like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're just going to check up, hear the heartbeat if possible, see everything going good, you know, da 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 da. Then she showed us on the machine. And y'all can check out this video because we did do a video. It's about to be 2 years ago on how it was when we first found out we were having twins. You can get the in-depth story there, but it was basically definitely a shocker. I was silent for a good minute and Emmanuel was just like, wow. And the ultrasound technician, well, she was a PA, so she was just like, yes, 2. And I was just still shocked looking at it like, it's really 2. Like, we already like, whoa, we having a baby, but then you're telling me we're having 2 at one time? Like, y'all, beyond shocking. First of all, because that leads to our next question, which is, who has twins on their side? And it's both. But we did not find this out until after we figured out we were having twins. Not that that would change anything, but it would have been like, oh, it's a possibility. That wasn't even a thought. It was not ever even like ooh, we might have twins. Like, that just did not pop in my head at all. It was just like, you're pregnant, you finna have a baby, you finna be a mom, he finna be a dad, boom, bang. Basically, yes, his side, I can't remember right now. We just know his side has twins on his side, and then my dad's side has twins as well. So when we found that afterwards, we were like, got it. And that's why. Another question that we get is, are they identical? And yes, they are identical. They were in different sex though, so I was thinking that, oh, they're probably gonna be fraternal, but they were in that 25% chance. Well, let me tell you, usually when they're in, I did a bunch of research when I was pregnant, all research. So usually when they're in 2 sacs, they're fraternal, 2 different sacs. When they're in 1 sac, they're usually gonna be identical. So mine were in 2 different sacs. Well, let me give you their names. Noah and Levi. Noah and Levi were in 2 different sacs. So I was thinking like, they're probably gonna be fraternal, but it was a 25% chance that they would be identical. So I was like, they're probably gonna be fraternal, but it would be cute if they were identical. Here I am carrying 2 babies, blah, blah, blah. And they still ended up being identical. At first, like, I was like, nah. Then they came out and we were looking like, now you said who is who? Y'all, we had to keep the I think it's on their foot. Yeah, they keep it on their foot. The thing on for like a good 30 to 60 days, like 30 days I think it was. We kept that on because my mom was helping us. All of us was just like, we were confused. Like, even to this day, looking back at their baby pictures, sometimes I don't know who is who. So when they come to me and Emmanuel and be like, so who is that? We're gonna be like, it's one of y'all. It's one of y'all, and that's what matters. Y'all know these scam calls be coming through and you be thinking it's somebody important, but it's not. Another question, so because they're identical, how can we tell them apart? So in the beginning, we could tell them apart by their foreheads. So Levi's forehead sticks out a little bit more than Noah's forehead does. And sometimes when I tell people that, they're like, oh, I got it, I see it. And sometimes you gotta look to the side to see that. Like, straight on, you won't be able to tell. Outside of the forehead, if they're running from a distance, I know Levi's run though. Levi's run is different from Noah's run, But like if they're running from a distance or like coming, I gotta put my zoom eyes on, like, wait, who's this about to come to me? So outside of that, Levi also has a beauty mark on his lip, and that is another way that I differentiate them apart. But outside of that, y'all, that's all I got for you is the beauty mark, which you're gonna have to put your zoom eyes on and really look at to see, and their foreheads. Outside of that, honestly, oh, their eyes. So you can see that. Look, y'all, I don't even know. Levi has more almondy eyes, and like Noah has more so like round eyes. But again, these are like details that you really have to look into. It just straight on off rip in the beginning, you won't be able to see it. And of course, I'm used to them now, so like how identical they are to me is not really like, whoa, it's crazy, except for when I look at pictures. When I look at the pictures, I be like, dang, yeah, y'all look just alike. Another question that we get is like, outside of how can we tell them apart, is that goes into like, do they have different personalities? At the moment, they do not, honestly. So one thing that happens is like, say Levi does something that is like a consistent, like, oh, that's how he does this, or this how he acts or whatever. Then I'll think like, okay, that's Levi or whatever. Then maybe like the next day, Noah is doing the exact same thing, or Noah's doing the same thing, or Levi's doing the same thing as Noah. So they both, like, their personalities honestly are like one and one. Like my mom literally be like, they're basically just two different bodies but one person, because you'll think like, oh, that's a noise Levi usually makes, or that's a noise Noah makes, or no, it's literally the same, y'all. Like honestly, the biggest thing I can tell, like as far as like personality, maybe the only difference is Levi can be more like it's not happening than Noah. But it also depends on the day, because Noah can be like that as well. But I just know another way that I can tell that, like, which goes into our next question, do they gravitate towards mommy or daddy? So Levi gravitates towards mommy, Noah gravitates towards daddy. Now that's when daddy isn't around. Of course, when it's mommy around, it's mommy. It will go to like grandma and grandpas, and getting used to aunties and uncles. But outside of that, if it's mommy and daddy and we're out, you'll typically see me, if we're vlogging, Levi's probably in my arm and Noah's in Emmanuel's arm. So that's kind of how it goes. Noah love him some dada, and Levi love him some mama. They both love both of us equally, but that's who's gonna be attached to whose hip at this moment. That's what you'll see. When you're watching the videos, you'll probably be like, oh, that's probably Levi. Most of the time. Another question we get is like, who's older and how did I have them? So I had them by a C-section, and Noah is literally just 1 minute older than Levi. Once they pulled Noah out, Levi was right behind him. They are 20 months. They'll be 21 months on the 15th of this month. So they're gonna be 2 in October, which is exciting. I figure out what we're gonna do for their birthday. Another question that I get is their sleeping schedule the same, and it is. So they typically will nap together and go to sleep together, but that is because from birth, mother-in-law had them on a routine. My mom was helping us out with the routine, and that was what kind of helped establish that being a thing. And then me and Emmanuel were very serious about them being in the crib as well, like sleeping in the crib. So when they were babies, one could wake up and the other one would be screaming, crying, and he still be knocked out. So they would sleep through each other's cries sometimes, or if they like just woke up and it was like, okay, we gotta get them, sometimes it'd just be one of them waking up. As of now, it probably took a year, I would say, maybe like 9 to 12 months for them to be comfortable being in the crib, but that is where they currently sleep, unless they have like wake up in the middle of the night and don't go back, you know, it happens. But for the most part, like y'all, 90%, no, I'm gonna say 98% of the time, they are ready to go to sleep. So nap time is around the same time every day. Sometimes they take 2 naps, sometimes they take 1, and they'll usually, as far as nap time, one might sleep longer than the other. And then in the mornings, they both pretty much wake up together. If not, it's just 30 minutes later that the other one is waking up. But yeah, that's what's helping us stay sane. Like if they were off completely, it would just be a lot more work and a little bit more difficult. Like I said, every blue moon they get off schedule, depending on like if they're not feeling well or teething. Those play a role as well. But like I said, thankfully they at least sleep together. At least just was like they finna be boys, meaning they're gonna be big. It's not just we don't just have one kid, so they can't sleep with me. But I feel like if I had one child, then I'd probably be like, just go ahead and sleep with us because it's making life easier. But the sleep training was a process, but we made it through. And I think that eventually they're used to it now. Like they know, they're like, okay, give me baba, we ready for a bath, we ready to go, like let's get this ball on the roll. They know the nighttime process. Let's read a book. What you trying to do? Put us to sleep, you know. And then they got their moments where they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to sleep. Fuss. Another question we get is, do they eat the same foods? Yes, they do eat the same food, but only in the case of, for the most part. So like there's not anything that Levi or Noah won't eat at all. Well, there's foods they won't eat, but like typically it's the same. I've noticed lately the only thing that I know like Noah is not super fond of is bananas. So Levi, he'll tear up a banana whether it's ripe or not. Noah is like, I need my bananas to be on the sweet side if you want me to eat it, and I'm only gonna eat it because I seen my bro eat it. But outside of that, they're pretty much on the same thing. I can say Levi will more so be willing to like try new things than Noah. Noah's like, I ain't seen that before and I need to see you eat it first. But for the most part, they eat the same stuff, I would say. Now, are they picky eaters? That's a whole nother story. They can be picky eaters. They're not down with the taller food, y'all. They want grub, they want grub, they want spaghetti, they want chicken, they want pot roast, they want all the big dog food. Like, don't come over here with no little pasta scraps and a little vegetable inside it. No, give me whole adult food. Give me Thanksgiving food. Like, we ready to grub. I swear that like they eat like teenagers already, and I'm like, wait, hold on, we need the dollars to keep up with y'all stomach. Sometimes people like, do they have their own language? Not yet, but I do see them like starting to interact and like chit chat more and laugh and play and run after each other a little bit more. So I do feel like as they get older, I really do think they're gonna be best friends. And I think that they're gonna have their own little thing going on that mommy and daddy are gonna be like, like, y'all, let me tell you a story. This morning, they were in the back of the car laughing, kikiing, and like Noah's like making Levi roll, like just giggling up, right? So I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Let me look back and peek. Like, they just having a good time. I look back and Noah was like, you're not invited, mom. You're not invited. So I think that eventually they're like gonna be extra best friends, extra bro, and I can tell like they're gonna look out for each other. I have a couple stories where I've seen them be like, you doing what to my bro? Like, hold up. They always got their eye out for each other already, and that's not even 2 yet. So I'm excited to see like their relationship and their bond grow over time, and we're gonna make sure that they know like, no matter what we do, for example, just even the smallest thing, we go down the stairs of our apartment, we always say like, wait for Noah, wait for Levi. Like, they understand what that means, you know, just knowing like no matter what, y'all gotta have each other back. It don't matter what go down in this world, y'all got each other. Y'all came in together, and that's it. Y'all gonna be together, you know. Of course they can have their own friends, they can have their individual relationships, but I do want to make sure that their bond is just like inseparable, and no matter what, I got my bro back. Ain't no separation, ain't no beef, ain't no like, even if they do, figure it out, let's communicate, you know. So I'm excited to see where they go. But if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. Also, if you think they look more like me, comment a pink heart. And if you think they look more like Emmanuel, comment a blue heart, because everybody tells me, girl, all you did was spit them out for them to look exactly like him. And I'm like, I know, I see more of him, but you know, you don't really see yourself in other people anyway. Like, it took me 26 years to see like, oh, I do look like my mom. So you don't really see yourself in other people. That sums up like most of the questions that we get about our twins. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it has a lot of highlights. I wouldn't change it for the world. If y'all like this video and you would like to see more in regards to our kids, all that good stuff, make sure that you comment this below, like this video, and share it. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you. Bye.